You know that feeling, right? Your mind just starts racing with all these worries about the future. And then suddenly, you're caught in this spiral. But what if there was a simple four-question filter you could apply to basically any worry to get your calm and your focus back? All right, let's break it down.
So often, it just starts with a single thought. What if I fail? Doesn't matter if it's a project, a relationship, or some big life decision, that one question can be the little spark that just ignites a whole wildfire of worry. And then, of course, another thought just layers right on top. All of a sudden, it's not just about failing, now it's about what everyone else is going to think. These worries just stack up, one on top of the other, and they create this really powerful negative momentum. Before you even know it, you're caught in what we can call the anxiety spiral. It's really just a feedback loop where one anxious thought just fuels the next and the next. So to break free from this, we first have to really understand what we're dealing with. Okay, so at its core, anxiety is really just a focus on a future that feels both uncontrollable and uncertain. And here's the key. If we can shift our attention away from those two things, that's how we can find our footing again. So where does the solution come from? You might expect some, complex psychological theory, but the tool we're about to explore was actually born in a surprisingly high-pressure environment, a university biology exam. Yep, that's right. This whole framework was actually developed to help students manage the intense stress of facing a really tough exam. And because it was forged to solve such a specific problem, the tool itself is incredibly practical and, turns out, effective in almost any situation. The entire system boils down to this one simple number: 4. That's it. Just 4 questions that can act as a powerful filter for any worry that comes your way. So let's officially introduce it. It's the 4-question filter. And honestly, the best way to think of it is like a bouncer for your brain. It stands at the door, checks every worry, and only lets the truly productive ones get through. So here's how it works. We start by naming the fear just to make it concrete. Then we challenge it. Is it even realistic? The third step, and this is the crucial one, is to figure out what's actually in our control. And finally, we turn that control into a single, concrete action. Let's zoom in on that second step for a second, asking, is this worry reasonable? This is your reality check. It's the difference between a plausible concern, like, I might stumble over a few words, and that catastrophic thinking, like, I'm going to single-handedly ruin this entire meeting for everyone. In this, right here, this is the most crucial filter of all. This question is the pivot. It moves you from just passively worrying to actively problem-solving. So much of our anxiety comes from trying to manage things we have absolutely no influence over, like other people's reactions. This question forces you to drop what you can't control and focus on what you can. Okay, so theory is great, but let's make this real. We'll walk through a classic scenario, that anxiety you feel before a big presentation, to see how this filter actually works in practice. Check out the shift that happens here. The thought, what if my boss hates it? Well, that's uncontrollable, but preparing thoroughly, that is in your power. So the worry gets filtered into a controllable action. I will review my key points. Or, what if I forget everything? That becomes, I will practice my opening 5 times. What if the tech fails? Becomes, I will prepare a PDF backup. See? You're building an action plan, not a list of fears. So what's the ultimate goal here? It's not to never feel fear or worry again. That's impossible. It's about having a system to manage it, a way to reclaim your mental energy and redirect your focus to where it actually matters. Here's the bottom line. Anxiety hijacks your attention. It points it toward a million uncertain things you can't do anything about. This 4-question filter is your way of grabbing the steering wheel back, consciously redirecting your focus to the things that are firmly within your power. It's a fundamental shift from feeling powerless to feeling empowered. This quote just sums it all up perfectly. Fear has energy. An anxiety spiral wastes that energy, letting it spin completely out of control. This filter helps you harness that energy and channel it productively into preparation and into action. So, I'll leave you with this challenge. Think about what's on your mind right now, whatever you might be worrying about today. Run it through the filter and ask yourself, what is the one small, controllable action